Am I really that much to handle? Breaking these niggas down like a camel. You don't really know you are.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Jada, and if you're new here, welcome. Today's video, I'm going to be doing another reading book video. Like, I've just recently gotten into reading seriously, but also reading in general. I've read quite a few books over the past maybe year and a half. I've been getting back into it, but I thought today I have a few books that I haven't read and I just haven't been able to pick up because I can never decide what book to read. So I'm thinking, I made a TBR jar. So if you don't know what that is, it's basically just a jar and you put all the books in here that you need to read and you just choose some out of there to read for the next, 2 months or so. So this is my TBR jar. I just made it. So it says TBR, some bows, it has me on there, some stars. I think it's perfect if you're looking to make your own TBR jar. This is just a jar from Canon, which was like $3. Glass jar, which is very cute. Now that I've added all my little touches, I'm absolutely obsessed with this. I'll show you the books that I have to read. So I have 10 books here, and I think before the end of December I want to read 5 of these. I think I'm a very slow reader because I don't prioritize it, but I'm going to try to prioritize it a lot more. 10 books here. I'm very excited. I love all of these books, but I just haven't yet had the time to pick them up. I'm going to run through them very quickly, and if they get chosen, I'll talk a bit more about it to explain, what I'm going to be reading over the few months. I'm going to make this my spring TBR. Summer starts December, so I want to try read these all before basically 2024 ends anyways, but we'll call it my spring TBR. First book we have is Love Theoretically by Hazelwood, which, love it. I've been wanting to pick up one of these books, but we'll see if we get that. Next we have The Love Hypothesis by Hazelwood as well. Love this. You'll also notice a theme. I absolutely love romance books and like thrillers. I haven't stepped into like fantasy too much, but I do have one. Next, we have The Teacher by Frida McFadden. I love Frida's books. I think most of the books I've read by her, I have just flicked through so fast. We have The Teacher. Next, we have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I've heard so many amazing things about this, so let's hope we get this one. Next we have Layla by Colleen Hoover, which I've also heard a few things about, but to be honest I've been getting kind of sick of Colleen Hoover recently, but that new movie that came, oh my god, how can I be sick with her? Also we have a PMWI. I got sent this from Barbie for their 90th anniversary. How cool. We have Layla. It's very short compared to the others, so this might be a quick read, an easy read. We then have Once Upon a Broken Heart. I was supposed to start a book club with my friend reading this, but I tried to read it and I just couldn't pick it up, but I really still want to read it. So Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. We then have Colleen Hoover, Heart Bones. Such a pretty cover as well. But have Confess by Colleen Hoover, which this is also a short book as well. Very small, but I love them when they're like this small. Confess. Another Colleen Hoover book. This is Point of Retreat. This one's a bit thicker, which is nice. I got my first massive book. Like, this is Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh. I know it's huge, but there's a series to this book and I really want to read it because I've heard so many good things. I actually can't wait and I hope I get it. We're going to choose 5 books to read out of the jar. I'm actually so excited for this video. Like, I've seen so many people do this and like, so exciting. I've just popped the books here so we can see them, so I can just grab them straight out after we see what we've picked. Okay, I've put them on pieces of paper, written them down, and also just scrunched, like folded them, so I can't see at all. Hey guys, I'm so excited, but anyways, let's shut our eyes, pick one. Okay, our first book is Point of Retreat by Colleen Hoover. First book we're gonna read, Point of Retreat. I'm gonna read the back for you guys just to tell you a bit about it. Sometimes two people have to fall apart to realize just how much they belong together. I actually want to read these already. In the second book in the Slam series, I think this is the second book actually. This is the second book in a series. I can't read it. I just realized that the first book is called Slammed by Colleen Hoover, which I will get that and read in place of this. I think we'll get our second book. Second book we have Confess by Colleen Hoover. Am I going to get every book by Colleen Hoover in there? We have Confessed here. I don't know if you can see that. Confess. Auburn Reed has lost everything important to her. In her fight to rebuild her shattered life, she has her goals in sight and there is no room for mistakes. But when she walks into a Dallas art studio in search of a job, she doesn't expect to find a deep attraction to the enigmatic artist who works there. Owen Gentry for once, Auburn takes a chance and puts her heart in control, only to discover that Owen is keeping a major secret from coming out. The magnitude of his past threatens to destroy everything Auburn loves most, and the only way to get her life back on track is to cut Owen out of it. To save the relationship, all Owen needs to do is confess, but in this case, the confession could be much more constructive than the actual sin. In her magnificent, exceptional style, Colleen Hoover delivers once again a deeply moving story about how true love and family are ties that can never be broken. Whoa, that sounds really good. I'm actually very excited for that. Next, third book. What are we reading? What are we reading? We're reading The Teacher by Frida. Oh my god. I'm actually super excited for this. I love Frida. So, this is called The Teacher. I've read The Co-worker and a few others, but I'm very excited. Lesson number 1, trust no one. Eve has a good life. She gets up each day, gets a kiss from her husband and heads off to teach math at the local high school. All it should be. Except last year, Casement High was rocked by a scandal involving a student-teacher affair with one student, Addie, at its center. But Eve knows there's far more to these ugly rumors that meets the eye. Addie can't be trusted. She lies, she hurts people, she destroys lives. At least that's what everyone says. But nobody knows the real Addie. Nobody knows the secrets that could destroy her if people at the school found out. And when Eve discovers the shocking truth, Addie will do anything to keep her quiet. From Sunday Times bestselling author Frida McFadden comes a story of twisting secrets and long-awaited revenge. Whoa. Oh, whoa, I'm actually shocked by that. I'm actually like, I need to read it now. That is our third book. We have 2 more. Okay, what is next? I actually can't believe that book, hey. I'm so excited. Next we have Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. I'm actually being so excited to start. Yeah, this is a series. I'm so excited to start. Icebreaker. Here's the one thing she couldn't plan for. Anastasia Allen has worked her entire life for a shot at Team USA. She has drive that a few can match, and as she enters her 3rd year on the Maple Hills ice skating team, everything is going according to plan. Nothing will stand in her way, not even the captain of the ice hockey team, Nate Hawkins. Nate's focus as team captain is on keeping his team on the ice, which is tricky when a facilities mishap means they are forced to share a rink with the ice skating team, including Anastasia, who clearly can't stand him. But when her skating partner gets injured, Nate looks like her best option to advance in the competition. Sparks fly, but Anastasia isn't worried. After all, she doesn't have time for a relationship, right? Oh my god, I love a romance like that. Oh my god, this is so exciting. I'm very excited to read. I'm currently still on Funny Story, Emily Henry, by the way. I'm page 289, so I'm nearly done. Very close to being done. This is very good. Very good. So I have to finish that before I start any of these books. But yeah, one more book. Let's go. Let's go. Love Theoretically. This is Love Theoretically, the last book. The many lives of Elsie Hanaway have finally caught up with her by day. She's an adjunct professor, toiling away at grading labs and teaching thermodynamics in the hopes of learning tenure. But other day, Elsie makes up for her non-existent paycheck by offering her service as a fake girlfriend, tapping into her expertly honoured people-pleasing skills to embody which version of herself the client needs. Honestly, it's a pretty sweet gig until her carefully constructed Elsie verse comes crashing down because Jack Smith, the annoyingly attractive, arrogant older brother of her favourite client, turns out to be the cold-hearted experimental psychiatrist who ruined her mentor's career and undermined the reputation of therapists everywhere. He's the same Jack Smith who rules over the psychiatrist department at MIT, standing right between Elsie and her dream job. Elsie is prepared for an all-out war of scorily sabotage, but those long, penetrating looks, not having to be anything other than her true self when she's with him, will falling into an experimentalist orbit finally tempt her to put her most guarded theories on love into practice. Interesting. I think we have our 5 books here, but because this is a second book in a series, I think we put the paper back in and read that. You know, I'll get the first book, but because I can't read that exactly, we put that back in and we choose another book out of this pile to read, to add one more to here, which is not Point of Retreat. Let's do that. We're gonna put Point of Retreat back on the pile over here, and we're gonna choose one more book, a little twist to it, but we'll do that. What is our 5th book now? Layla by Colleen Hoover. So we would have had 3 Colleen Hoover books in there, but I think we have a good mix of that. Our last book we're reading is Layla. Love Can Haunt or Heal. I love how it has like a little quote at the top. When Leeds meets Layla, he's convinced he'll spend the rest of his life with her until an unexpected attack leaves Layla fighting for her life. After weeks in the hospital, Layla recovers physically, but the emotional and mental scarring has altered the woman Leeds fell in love with. In order to put their relationship back on track, Leeds whisk Layla away to the bed and breakfast where they first met. Once they arrive, Layla's behaviour takes a bizarre turn, and that's just one of the many inexplicable occurrences. Feeling distance from Layla, Lead soon finds solace in Willow, another guest of the Airbnb, with whom he forms a connection through their shared concerns. As curiosity for Willow grows, his decision to help her find answers puts him in direct conflict with Layla's well-being. Lead soon realizes he has to make a choice because he can't help both of them. But if he makes a wrong choice, it could be detrimental for all of them. Whoa, exciting. So these are the books we're going to be reading in spring, which is very exciting. We just put Point of Retreat back in, and we'll put that together for the next video we make. There might be books added into there, but I'm very excited to read these books. I don't know which one I'm excited more for. I love all of them, and these are the books we aren't reading. So if you want to come back for these after December, make sure you do. If you're excited to see how these books go, make sure you keep updated. I might do another reading video very soon, but also you might see throughout my weekly vlogs, if you want to hear me talking about it, I'll have a section in there where I'll talk about the book I'm reading. Most of the time I do that anyways. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.